give God the glory, our country would be a better country. And I would to God that as I prepare to retire as pastor, that I would be able to make a better contribution to the country. I'll be able to visit more people, go around and visit some sick persons, go to the hospital and encourage other people. Because you can't do it between these four walls. These walls suck you. But when you can reach people, let me close by saying, if I can help somebody as I pass along, I'm telling you, my living shall not be in vain.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jimenita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hey, I'm Jimenita Swain, and welcome to What's Trending, the spot where the buzz meets the bold, and we're diving into the topics that are shaking things up. It's Wednesday, August 27th. Let's get into it. And today's show, back to school is still a hot topic, and we've got your uniform game covered. From classic fits to durable designs, Carey's Uniform and Fabric Store is helping students to show up ready. The Bahama Beauty takes us inside the shop that's stitching confidence into every collar. Next, we're putting our poker faces to the test. Two of these stories are true, and one is a total tale. Think you can guess which? And I'll be joined by a special guest who is ready to keep us on our toes. Get ready for some surprises. And she's a storyteller whose pen is guided by passion and purpose. From Salt College to behind the scenes in film, Alfrene Adderley is carving a path in the industry. We sit down with her in this week's edition of Bohemian Footprints. That and so much more when What's Trending continues.
For the upcoming Bahamas Travel and Sustainability Awards, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, is calling on everyone to show their support for a 16-island destination.
The Bahamas Travel and Sustainability Awards reflect our nation's commitment to building a responsible and forward-looking tourism sector. Now, in its third year, these awards honor those striving to set new standards in environmental stewardship, innovation, and sustainable development, key to growth and future of Bahamian tourism. These awards go beyond recognition. They showcase the exceptional talent, businesses, and destinations driving our industry forward. With 24 categories covering accommodations, culinary, excellence, experiences, and individual achievement, the awards highlight the full scope of what makes our islands exceptional. Aligned with our Lifetime of Islands campaign, the award reminds us that the Bahamas is more than a destination, it's a lifetime of them. A lifetime of unique islands, unique experiences, each with its own identity and culture. We invite Bahamians, visitors, and industry partners to vote between now and September 2nd. To cast your vote in the 2025 Bahamas Travel and Sustainability Awards, visit caribjournal.com. Your vote supports the vision and values that will establish the Bahamas as a leader in sustainable tourism on the world stage. Let's come together to celebrate and elevate the very best of our islands on the world stage.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Back to school season can be both exciting and exhausting for parents, but Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store is stepping in to make things easier. From ready-made uniforms to school supplies and sewing essentials, they've got everything families need to get their kids classroom ready. And yes, the Bahama Beauty is in the mix, keeping you updated and in the know. Hey, Bahama Beauty, how's it going down there?
Well, Jimenita, Mackey Street is definitely shaping up to be the hotspot for all things back to school. On Monday, we gave you the inside scoop on all of the big deals and savings for school supplies and accessories. Now, today, we are at Carey's Uniform and Fabric Store here on Mackey Street, getting ready to show you all the big savings on custom and ready-made uniforms and fabrics. I'm here today with Miss Kim Gibson, store manager here at Carey's. Now, Miss Gibson, please let us know, what are customers going to expect when they come down here to Carey's this week?
Okay, hi Ashley. Thank you so much for coming by. So at Carey's, we are pleased to let everyone know that all of our school bags and lunch boxes and school accessories are now all 15% off. We also want to let everyone know that our Sir Clifford shirts, that's a name brand a lot of Bahamians are familiar with. Our Sir Clifford shirts are now buy 4, get 1 free. So yeah, that's a bargain. Now, morning, we just have them in big sizes left, but nonetheless, the sale is going on. At Carey's, we are so excited for our customers that come in and they tell us that they're looking for the school shirts that have the embroidery on them.
Right.
And so they think that they have to buy the shirt and they have to go elsewhere to get them embroidered. But at Carey's, we're just so excited to let people know that at Carey's, we have the shirts already with the logos embroidered on, and customers are really excited to find out about that. And I have a couple right here, right now. So this one is S.C. McPherson. Then we have R.M. Bailey. We have D.W. Davis. We have Kingsway.
You have all the schools, basically.
And we have more than these because we have A.F. Adley, we have Queens College, we have Trinity Christian Schools. So for people who are on crunch time and need the school shirts with their embroidery already on them, they could come on down to Carey's and we'll get them sorted out.
Now, we know our people are always last minute, so having everything right here ready to go is a big deal. Yes. Now, we know trends come and go and the kids love to be stylish, but what popular styles do you see with the uniforms occurring this season?
Okay, so we have skirts already hanging on our racks, but we also custom make skirts. And we find that a lot of the high school girls like the skirts with the thick waistband or belting. And so we make those for them. That's always like a hot seller. And a lot of people like to come to us because they like the way that we have the belting in our skirts. So we do that. And then custom making is good for children who may be a little shorter or a little taller.
Right.
And the length on the rack may not be appropriate. So we're pleased to say that we custom make skirts and jumpers as well.
Oh, that's amazing, because I know for one like me especially, I know customization is a big thing for girls because, you know, they come in different shapes, sizes, heights. But boys also, my little boy, he's slim in the waist, but a little chunky in other places. So, you know, customization is really going to help him a lot. So you will definitely be seeing me
Awesome.
this week.
Sounds good. Now, we don't custom make pants, but we have pants in all sizes and many, many, many colors.
Ah, perfect. Now, Jimenita, you know that buy 4, get 1 free. You know we love things free and as free as possible. So definitely come down here to Carey's and get with that sale. When we come back, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the customization of the skirts. Back to you in studio.
Well, thanks, Bahama Beauty. That sounds great, but we have so much more just on the other side of this break.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Diet-friendly special. Diet-friendly special.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force is one of the most unique professions because it allows you to work in almost every field.
For the police, I fly the unmanned aerial vehicles.
Because I always had an interest in forensic science.
The most interesting area that I would have been exposed to would have been the fire prevention section. It's so much you can pursue.
I get to serve my community and my people every day. Log on to our webpage. There's information about the recruitment process and all of our various departments.
All right, it's time to separate the facts from the fibs. I'm going to be your guide through the twists, turns of truths, and joining me today is none other than our sports team's sharpest storyteller, Eugene Stewart.
Truth can be stranger than fiction, Jiminita, but I'm here to prove it might also be sneakier. Let's see if you can spot the lie.
All right, so 3 stories, 2 are solid gold truths, and 1 a polished up lie. Can you figure out which one doesn't quite ring true? Let the guessing begin. So, I once spotted Nicolas Cage casually having breakfast at Starbucks. Yes, the real Nicolas Cage. One of the best live artists I've ever heard is none other than John Legend. His smooth vocals, chills every time. And in my expert opinion, I will argue this with confidence, Kong salad with mayonnaise is the way to go. Now take a guess, which one is a tale and which are the truth?
Off the bat, I'm going with Kong salad with mayonnaise. I don't know what Bohemian really likes mayonnaise, so I think that's a lie.
Okay, all right. That was the easy one. That was just a warm up. There are many Bahamians, but you're just saying I'm one of them.
So I think the first 2 are the truths, and the mayonnaise one is the lie.
So now we gotta get to yours. What you got? Let me see what I can guess for you. Right. Truths and tales.
I'll take it easy on you. So Jiminy, to hear mine. So as a professional volleyball athlete, I had the honor of helping my team secure 2nd at this year's Caribbean Volleyball Championships. Okay. My favorite season is winter. I love me some good snow. You know, I love to make snowmen. And I'm a big fan of burgers. Can't get enough of them.
Okay, so now I need to guess which one is true?
Yeah.
I mean, which the lie?
Tell me the
You don't like winter. And you know why I know you don't like winter? Because you've been shivering in this studio all afternoon. So I think that's your tale right there. Prove me wrong. Yes.
Okay.
And you're very health conscious. I think you like burgers, but you are in moderation. Yeah, no. You don't like winter. Tell me a lie.
Okay, you're right. Oh, I absolutely hate winter. I spent 8 months in Finland, and I had the most miserable time of my entire life.
Okay, so let me think. If I wasn't a reporter, I would probably be a mediator. My favorite time of year is fall, and I'm an A1 fisherman. Which one? Which one do you think is the tail, Eugene?
The tail? Mm-hmm. I feel like the tail would be the mediator.
Okay.
I don't know.
You're right. You're right.
All the interactions we've had, I don't know that you like people so much.
Wow.
I don't know.
I talk to people all day, Eugene.
Hear me out. You could talk to
Say
people.
I don't like people.
You could talk to people.
My audience saying like that. Well, I know that you had a big win recently during the tournament, so congratulations. But how was it playing on home soil?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So we came second at the Caribbean Volleyball Championships. Wasn't the result that we were looking for. However, it felt really good to know that we have the support of our Bahamian people. We played at the Second Elastics gym. We had the gym rocking with John Canoe. People were cheering us on. We had little kids coming out to watch. You know, after we made some silly moves and stuff, you know, you could hear people booing and cheering us on and stuff like that.
But they still love you.
They still love us.
Yes.
You know? And so that made us feel really good, made us feel really accomplished to know that volleyball is here back in the country, and we had something to do with putting it back on the map.
Awesome.
So that was an awesome feeling. Again, congratulations to Team Curacao. They were the #1 team at this year's championships. But next year is our goal to become better and better, and each year we continue to fight.
Well, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
And that's a wrap on Two Truths and a Tale. We may not have guessed them all, but we have given it our best shot, right, Eugene?
I agree. We had some fun, but the fun's not over yet. We're heading back to Carey's, where the Bahama Beauty is waiting. And trust me, the deals are just as bold as the game we just played.
Well, you look like you're trying to take things over, but we're going to see what the Bahama Beauty doing. Let's see what the Bahama Beauty doing at Carey's. Bahama Beauty?
Well, Jiminita, let me tell you, I was definitely one of the girls that needed their customization done on their skirts, okay? The 3-inch waistband, the suck in that 28-inch waist that I had. And on top of that, I needed my school pockets in my skirt so I could hide my phone when the locker search was going on. But for parents who have daughters just like me, you don't have to worry about getting that done at any place other than Carey's here on Mackey Street. So, Ms. Gibson, we're back. So can you please tell us about your custom uniform skirt and jumper service?
Right. So like I mentioned earlier, for students that may need, you know, their skirts made because they're a little shorter or taller,
right.
At Carey's, we offer the custom-made experience. So you come in, we measure you, you take your waist and your length measurement, and we make the skirts to your specifications. Yes.
Now, parents who may be on a little bit more tighter budget than normal and want their kids' skirts to last a bit longer, maybe a few years. You told me earlier that all of these skirts are actually different materials.
Yes.
So for durability purposes, which material do you actually recommend?
Well, of course, because the students attend specific schools, they don't get to choose their uniforms.
Right.
But all of these school uniforms and the fabrics have pros and cons. For example, the Queen's College, this cotton is very light, especially for warm days.
It's getting hotter and hotter every year, so definitely a plus.
Yes. This fabric here, it's made out of a type of fabric where once you take it to the dry cleaners and you have them pressed, they always last. So you don't have to keep re-ironing. That's a plus. And even though the plaid fabric is warmer, it is certainly durable. It hides dirt, and you probably can get more wears out of a plaid skirt. So, you know, each fabric or each school uniform, they have its pros and its cons.
Well, that's amazing. Now, even if you wanted to come here and get one of their signature fabrics in the lining of your pockets, you can do that as well, right?
Most certainly, and that's why people really like our customization service.
Perfect. Well, you heard it here first. Come down at Carey's Uniform and Fabric Store and get all your back-to-school and customization needs. Back to you, Jiminita.
They're also open.
Well, it definitely sounds good, Bahama Beauty. So parents are up to date, and you know where you need to go if you need to get your uniform on top. So there is so much more after the break. Stay with us.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
They say your gifts will make room for you, and that's exactly what my next guest has done. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce Alfrene Adderley, a passionate storyteller and screenwriter whose creative journey began at Salt College's film school and has since taken her behind the scenes and working across business affairs and camera departments. Join me as we dive into Alfrene's inspiring story and explore her unique perspective in this week's edition of Bohemian Footprints. Alfrene currently serves as an account coordinator in post-production and brings a well-rounded perspective on what it takes to drive in the film industry. And she joins us via Zoom today. Welcome to What's Trending, Alfrene.
Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have you here with us. So what initially sparked your passion for storytelling and screenwriting?
The honest answer is not wanting to study biochem anymore.
That is interesting.
And so, yes. And so I started studying biochem at COB, but I wasn't interested because there was an idea for a script in my head. So instead of paying attention to what was happening, I was writing a script. And that's how I discovered that I may want to study film.
So how did your time at Salt College shape your perspective on film and screenwriting?
It helped me, the college helped me to realize that there is room to make film and work in the industry at different levels so that there isn't just one aspect of working in the industry.
And you've had experiences in both the business and technical sides of production. How has that influenced the way you approach storytelling?
Both working in production has shown me that you need a team and the importance of teamwork, and working in post-production has shown me the importance of budgeting and networking and utilizing your network to help you to see your movie or your television show come together.
And we know within the industry, you have an opportunity to stretch in terms of your imagination and the stories you bring to life. How does that inspire you to keep going and to bring out the most interesting stories to the big screen?
That's a great question. Utilizing imagination, that for me, that means not putting limitations on what you think is possible.
And that's interesting. So what is one thing you would say a part of the process that you've encountered being in both areas, front and behind the scenes, that you didn't expect, that you found new or interesting?
I think that this is a people industry in the sense of one person or a group of people can impact the trajectory of your TV show, or how your TV show comes about, or how your television film is produced.
So would you say you aim to focus on a specific genre, for example, action, drama, or you just go with whatever flows to you?
I like documentaries, and I lean towards action, drama. So action, drama, and documentaries.
Oh, that definitely sounds good. So over the past few years in the industry, what's one lesson or piece of advice that stuck with you?
My professor at Sioux College, one of the lessons in her class was showing us a piece of short film and testing to see if we think it was good or not. And the aim of the lesson was to know that there's no bad ideas. You just have to put the effort in and to see it through.
Just basically explore it and see what you come up with.
Correct, yes.
So looking ahead, are there any upcoming projects or creative goals that you are excited about?
Yes, I have an idea for a documentary based on the Bahamas in the 1980s on a specific industry that I am gathering information for.
What is the process like when you decide? Because like you mentioned just now, you like documentaries. How long is that process of information gathering before you feel, okay, I'm ready now with my script, and then I start the production aspect of it?
When I feel like I have more than enough information that I can look at the topic from 4 or 5 different vantage points, then I think it's ready to try to aim for production.
Okay, and growing up in the Bahamas, obviously, I imagine your roots have played a crucial role in your creative vision and fueling your drive. So how has life in the Bahamas inspired you to truly pursue your dreams? And what lessons do you carry from your homeland as you navigate the wider world of film and storytelling?
That's a good question. I think it bleeds on my Bohemian heritage. I try my best to allow it to seep through whatever I'm writing. So in every aspect of anything that I write, there has to be an aspect of Bahamian history, Bahamian culture sprinkled through it, because I believe that it's important to share our history with others.
What would you say is one of your most interesting projects that you had an opportunity to work on and that has fueled your passion to even continue further?
I worked in the camera department for a Netflix Canada film, Cascade, and it was led by women. The production company is led by women. The writer was a woman, and majority of the decision makers were women. And seeing that isn't common in the film industry, and seeing that helped me to see that it is possible for women to thrive in the film industry.
And how important is it for you to feel like, as you mentioned just now, just breaking into the industry as a woman and seeing what is available to you?
It is very important to me to amplify voices of women in different aspects of creativity.
Well, Alfrene, it's been such a pleasure learning more about your journey and through the unique lens that you bring to the film industry. Your dedication to storytelling, whether through writing or behind-the-scenes work, is truly inspiring. So thanks so much for sharing that with us today.
Thank you for having me.
What's Trending.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there's so much more when What's Trending continues. Stay with us.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
On Thursday's show, Gamers Rise Up. The movement is real. We're linking up with top gamers, changing the game in the Bahamas. From tournaments to tech and everything in between, find out how to get in and level up. Well, that's how we end another trending day. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. That's at What's Trending on ZNS for all the latest buzz, behind the scenes moments, and what's hot on the timeline. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. See you later.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Recent UB education graduates helping to ease the teacher shortage gap. Plus, Berry Island's road project nears completion after years of delays. And a family seeks justice after tragic fire claims the life of a preteen on Abaco.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, for years, parents and educators have raised concerns about a reported shortage of education professionals. Tonight, education official Michelle Bolag sits down with our Matthew Martin-Barrow to provide clarity on the issue in tonight's top story.
Speaking with the Deputy Director of Education for Grand Bahama, Bimini and the Keys, Michelle Boleg, she says the shortage in educators is mainly affecting specialized subject areas here on Grand Bahama.
Our challenge, and it's not very many, our challenges come with specialty teachers. And so there may be a shortage of a language arts teacher, or perhaps a physical education teacher, or family life and religious education. And so, but for the most part, our core subjects are pretty much, we're pretty much staffed.
Boleg acknowledges the global shortage narratives, as she notes is contributing to a struggle of outsourcing educators internationally.
As you may know, that every year we would have been on a recruitment exercise where we got many of our specialty teachers, special education teachers, technical and vocational subjects. We would have recruited those persons from Cuba, but now we're no longer, because of agreements that have been put in place, we're no longer allowed to do that. And so, yes, there is a deficit in terms of where we would have normally sourced teachers from.
The Deputy Director did note the recruitment endeavors done by the Ministry of Education are constant, leading to the local sourcing of educators from New Providence, which has rectified a portion of the shortage issue.
Recruitment is a continuous exercise. We would have not had a job fair in Grand Bahama. However, we were really successful in New Providence, where we would have had a job fair. Applications and the persons can apply online, go on our Ministry of Education portal, and so it's a continuous process in terms of persons wanting to enter this wonderful profession of education.
Now the Deputy Director remains optimistic about the future of educators in the Bahamas, with the recent influx of teachers from this year's University of the Bahamas graduating class being a key indicator. Nonetheless, through all the adversities the education sector may face, Boleg remains positive for absolute solution. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martin-Barrow.
Thanks, Matthew. Well, still on the education beat, more crossing guards are hitting the streets this school year as local officials step up efforts to keep students safe on their way to and from school. More details in this report. As the new school year approaches, student safety remains a top priority, with crossing guards gearing up to help children cross busy roads safely on their way to and from school. Currently, around 12 to 13 crossing guards are assigned to various school zones, a number that has been steadily increasing since last year.
We're hoping that be sufficient. There are some areas where we're trying to see if one crossing guard, can work that area, and if not, then we'll possibly hire another person to complement them.
A new initiative this year includes the hiring of a dedicated supervisor who will oversee the crossing guards with a focus on training and ensuring consistent safety protocols.
One of the former employees from Road Traffic, Ms. Sawyer, she has now come on as a supervisor. She was the one who has been training the supervisors over years now. So she has the professionalism and the education to properly train the new crossing guards. And that process started this week. And the reason why we hired a supervisor also is she will be a floater in case someone calls in sick for whatever reason, that she will be able to pick up the slack.
But the job is not without its challenges. While the pay is modest, Culmer says it's the working conditions that often make the role difficult.
Elements, the environment itself with drivers, motor vehicles, they are rude to the public sometime, and it's discouraging.
Now, as students prepare to head back to class, officials suggest that local law enforcement may also be stepping in to support crossing guards, particularly in high traffic zones. Still, the message from Culmer is clear. Safety starts with respect from both drivers and parents alike.
And we would like for the parents to speak to their kids and just tell them manners. Be respectful to the crossing guards, and we like the parents to actually have the kids go to school within the time frame the crossing guards would be there. The crossing guards leave at 8:30, and it doesn't make sense sending a child to school after 9 if the crossing guard is not going to be there to cross, help them cross the road. We like for the motor vehiclists to obey the crossing guards. When they enter the pedestrian crossing, put the stop sign up, please stop.
Well, good news to report tonight. Years after a multi-million-dollar roadworks project began for the Berry Islands, residents can finally see an end in sight. Cleopatra Murphy has the latest from the contractor, who expects to be laying asphalt by mid-September.
After a long delay, the approximately $10 million Berry Islands Roadworks project is set to be completed by the end of October or early November. President of Abaco Aggregate and Cement Company Limited, Keno Simmons, aware of residents' frustrations over the state of the island's roads, says he is confident of the new timeline.
The hardest part of the project was getting this material to the site. The material is on the site, so that bottleneck issue that we had is being resolved. So it's just smooth paving from here.
The scope of the project that initially began in January 2023 includes approximately 12 miles of base and asphalt paving at some 1.5 inches. Simmons says with the recent shipment of more than 12,000 tons of aggregate now on island, work will soon begin in earnest.
We would have been doing our final offloading of this material yesterday. So we are prepping now to set up our asphalt plant. We have a 130 ton per hour asphalt plant, which should be completed by the mid of September. Once this is done, we will be producing ready-mix asphalt on the ground.
He anticipates paving 2 miles of road a week over 8 weeks, with the project also creating employment.
As of today, we have about a staff of 15 on the ground. When we scale up, we'd be employing up to 40 locals.
Simmons says about 3 miles of road was previously paved, while workers are rescarifying other areas and preparing for asphalt. The businessman shares details of the shipping woes the project faced.
We were actually engaged with a shipper early on in the project, and their rates went up by 100%. So we went out on the market to look for additional persons who could provide shipping services for us. We finally found the right partner, and that's where we are today.
Barring any further challenges, residents who have complained about dust and the poor roads' impact on their vehicles will enjoy a smoother ride in just a matter of weeks. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
A life cut short far too soon with very little details forthcoming. The family of a preteen who died in a recent fire say they want justice. This is as they also celebrate the life of the young man they say was cherished, and his family, including his twin sister, are left to mourn. Cleopatra Murphy has that story.
She had got the call from her mother, which is our mother, letting her know that her son is getting burned up in a fire.
Heartbroken and fighting to contain her tears, Jacqueline Duncombe, the aunt of 12-year-old Montana Ferguson, who perished in an early morning blaze at a home in Crown Haven, Abaco Monday, says the family wants answers following her nephew's tragic death. Montana had been attending a sleepover where, after being trapped inside the blazing home, only his friend and his adult sister made it out.
The mother of the house was not even home. It hurts, because she's supposed to be the protector of those kids.
Duncombe's sister, Erica Ferguson, and the entire family are still struggling to face the reality of Montana's death. Erica's pain even greater because she was not allowed to see his body at the scene and has still not been able to identify her son's body.
We all are grieving right now, and it's hard for us to sleep, to eat. We need closure. We need to know exactly what transpired. How is it these two boys supposed to be in the same room together and only one of the boys get out and another didn't?
The aunt says everyone loved the former SC Boodle student who would have been entering the 8th grade.
Montana was the sweetest boy. He would give you the clothes off his back. That's how sweet it is. He was. He would do anything for you. You asked him, he would do it. He has this beautiful smile, such a peaceful, humble spirit.
While what led to the fire is still unclear, Duncombe says the family remains heartbroken her sister has still not heard from the homeowner, adding that as a mother herself, she can only imagine the pain her sister is currently enduring. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Now, our ZNS News team made several attempts to get a response from the homeowner regarding the events of that fateful night. However, up to news time, our calls were not returned.
And still to come.
After 31 years of dedicated service, one longtime public servant is closing the chapter on her career and opening a new one in retirement. We'll have that story plus sports highlights when we return.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Guess what, Grand Bahama? Dolly Madison is doing it again. This time with a 1-week sale. Get 25% off all plants, nursery items, soil, mulch, compost, and much more. From Monday, August 25th to Saturday, August 30th. That's not all. On Saturday the 30th, there'll be a big tent sale. Get super huge discounts inclusive of appliances and beds. Supplies are limited, so get there early. Open Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5. Don't miss it. Dolly Madison.
Don't just dream about success, gain the skills to make it happen. Visit the TM Professional Training Institute on Queens Highway. Register today at www.tmosgroup.net or call 808-4033 or 602-6468. Get ready for Bellevue Gifts and Supplies Back to School sale. Now through September 13th, enjoy 15% off textbooks, workbooks, and school supplies. When you spend $25 or more, enter to win a tablet. Bellevue Gifts and Supplies, Queens Highway, also open on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
In a test of knowledge, creativity, and teamwork, 9 schools rise to the challenge. Mary Starr, Tabernacle, Jack Hayward, St. George's, Bishop Michael Eldon, 8 Mile Rock, St. Paul's, Grand Bahama Academy, and Sunland. The brightest young minds go head to head. Who will lead? Who will win? Who will make history? In the Battle of the Brains. Powered by Grand Bahama Power.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Retirement is quite the milestone, and the Registrar General Department recently celebrated one of their own at their recently held honorees luncheon. Her career started in 1993, and for 31 years, Pleasant Smith has worked tirelessly within the department and serving in various roles in the Office of the Prime Minister and Ministry of Financial Services, just to name a few. But now that retirement is here, the Chief Registry Clerk says she plans to find various ways to enjoy the retirement.
Like my daughter told me, she said everything is a season, so I had to learn that quick. For this, I had to take some long, hard thinking to get to this point. I'm not ready, but God has been good to me, and everybody says, you know, it's time for you to do this. Even my doctor told me, she said, Pleasant, you worked 31 years, take a rest. So I'm listening to them, but I'm also going to try to find, like, maybe some hobbies and stuff that I could do.
Also being recognized was Tanika Hunter for her 15 years of dedicated service within the department. Her career started at the Registrar Office in New Providence before transitioning to Grand Bahama some 6 years ago. Having worked in every sector in the Registrar Department, she's become well acclimated with the task at hand. She calls being honored by her peers quite the accomplishment.
When you are honored by strangers, it's easier because they just judge you based on one act of service. So if it was good service, then you're an excellent employee. But to be honored by your peers, that's different because they get to see the good, the bad, the ugly. They get to see everything, and then they have to determine whether the good outweigh the bad. And to be honored by your peers, that's an achievement.
Quite the achievement. Well, some 20 students in the Lewis Yard community were the lucky recipients of vouchers to purchase brand new uniforms courtesy of Urban Renewal Central Division Citizen Advisory Committee. As the first day of school draws near, for some, the committee aimed at providing some relief for parents as they continue their back-to-school shopping. But committee member Leslie Woodside says this is just the beginning of their Give Back initiative.
We look at the community, we see how things is. Folks have difficulty in supplying uniforms for their kids, books, and textbooks and what have you. And so, what an awesome thing to do to assist some parents in getting uniforms for their children. Urban Renewal will continue to monitor the schools, the children, to make sure that everything is okay. And if in fact we have to go back and supply uniforms, perhaps do that. Next.
Deputy Director for Urban Renewal Grand Bahamas, Senator Kirkland Russell, commending the committee for helping the families and also ensuring that they would remain in touch with them throughout the school year to provide assistance where needed.
It's all about morale. So just like the breakfast feeding programs is all about ensuring that children who don't have, so is what the Lowers Yard Central Grand Bahama Citizen Advisory Committee, along with the Urban Renewal team here at Lowers Yard, are doing for this 20-plus children. So I am elated to be here, and I just want to congratulate them and encourage more and more people to do the same.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, you raised a shop today.
Thank you.
What's happening in sports?
I guess quite a few of our national teams have been competing internationally. Our men's basketball team, swimming team, but also we also have Jaleesa Clark that recently returned from El Salvador, and she had quite a performance on the tennis court.
Awesome. Good news, Jay. Local Sports is coming your way next, but first a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does it
better. Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Grand Bahama, get ready to march with a shout. The Bahama Brass Band presents a musical event like no other with a Shout Wheel March, a historic celebration of 170 years of passion, purpose, and powerful praise. 100 years in Nassau, 70 years Grand Bahama, featuring a rare and electrifying performance by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force Band, all-female contingent, bold, brilliant, and unforgettable, at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom at 7 p.m. Saturday, September 13th, 2025. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. Seating is limited and this will sell out. Tickets are available at 17 Shop and Frank's Ice Cream downtown Freeport. A night of rhythm, reverence, and revival. Don't miss it. Let the drums roll, let the horns soar, and the spirit move. This is more than a concert. It's a call to celebration.
And gents, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Sports. Fresh from international competition last week, 17-year-old Jaleesa Clark returning home from El Salvador after helping Team Bahamas at the Billie Jean King Cup. From their victory, the team of Sydney Clark, Simone Pratt, Sophia Ferguson, and of course, Jaleesa has been promoted from Group 3.
This was my first time competing in this tournament, and it was such a blessing to come back with gold. And for the first time qualifying in this tournament. It was good to meet new players and see how everyone else's game is compared to mine, to help me to understand where I am as a tennis player. And there were a lot of adults playing in this tournament. We were in Group 3, and we've moved up to Group 2, and we continue advancing to Group 1. That's where countries like America and them are. I have to train more and put in more time and work into my game so I can be able to make the team again and go and represent my country. And qualifying will be in December of this year.
Her local coach, Frederick Bowe.
Deeply proud of her. That she's a hard worker. She has a great IQ of tennis, and she loved the game, and she accept all the challenges that I put forward to her. And it's a great accomplishment for us and for her and the country. 17, I don't think nobody ever 17. The girls played 3 on the Billie Jean King or Davis Cup, so I'm still bubbling.
Next in sports, Team Bahamas recently competed at the World Aquatics Junior Swimming Championships over in Romania. Grand Bahama Zoe Williamson competed in the women's 200-meter freestyle, where she finished 44th overall. Zoe also competed in the mixed 4x1 relay, along with Kaden Wells, Ellie Gibson, and Celeste Gibson, where they finished 19th overall. Also, Trishan Hebron competed in the men's 50-meter breaststroke, finishing 50th overall in 29.90 seconds. Ellie Gibson from Grand Bahama also represented Team Bahamas. And last in sports, the Bahamas senior men's national basketball team was outscored 34-19 in the final quarter, losing to Uruguay 100-91 in group play, falling to 0-3 overall at the AmeriCup tournament. The team was led by Dominic Bridgewater with 29 points. Grand Bahamas' Franco Miller and Kenton Smith chipped in with 20 points and 16 points, respectively. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
It's back to school and back to savings at Bellevue Business Depot. 20% store-wide sale until September 13th on cash and credit card purchases. Spend $50 or more to enter to win a laptop. Drawing and sale ends September 13th.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is, by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Take control of your energy, your way, with the GBPC customer portal. Whether you're at home or on the go, understanding your electricity usage has never been easier. Ever wonder how changes at home affect your bill? The portal's marker feature helps you track how things like installing a new appliance, working from home, or renovating impact your energy use. Did you know that weather plays a big role in your electricity usage? With built-in weather analytics, you can see how temperature shifts drive your energy use and plan smarter during hot summer months or cooler periods. Set custom alerts to stay ahead. Get notified when you're using more energy than usual or when your usage spikes, helping you manage your habits in real time. Need a clearer picture of your usage? View your consumption by the hour, day, month, or year. The customer portal breaks it all down with simple graphs and interactive tools to help you monitor trends and make smart choices. Have more than one property? Easily switch between locations with one account. Compare usage across homes or businesses and stay in control no matter where you are. Take control of your energy, your way. Log in or sign up today at gbpower.com. The GBPC customer portal gives you the power to make smarter energy decisions.
Your number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the north. I'm Raven Davis.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the Deputy Prime Minister on the ground in Eleuthera. Hear what he makes of the work on 2 of its airports. Plus, the fate of Cuban doctors here in the Bahamas. Tune in to hear the progress of talks with the United States. And BMU members stand their ground and remain off the job. Hear how long they've given officials to hash out a resolution to underlying issues. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. We begin tonight with news from Eleuthera, where the Deputy Prime Minister spent the day touring work on 2 of the island's airports. On the ground for us is our Corval Pyfram with all the details.
The Davis administration, as you may very well know, has embarked on a very ambitious exercise, upgrades, and in some cases, recreating airports across the country. It is, as I said, is a pretty ambitious effort. The stop today was here in Eleuthera, where Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, along with other officials, including Works Minister Clay Sweeting, Director of Aviation Dr. Kenneth Rome, as well as local officials, all toured 2 of this island's airports that are undergoing work. The first stop was over at Governor's Harbor's Airport, and it was there that the Deputy Prime Minister took delight. He said that despite the pretty price tag that's being paid, more than $6 million so far, with more to come on that airport, he makes no bones about it. He says that the people of Governor's Harbor and visitors to this island deserve first-class facilities.
We have committed as a government to improve airport infrastructure all across the islands, and we are delighted that we are giving Governor's Harbor, the residents and guests here, the airport that they deserve. American Airlines hopefully will be increasing their service for the winter season into this airport, and they have expressed how very pleased they are with the responses that we have provided in terms of the upgrades and the consistency by which we are providing the completion of the works here.
There was also a stop at the North Eleuthera Airport. You may recall that it was under much fanfare last year that the government entered into a loan facility agreement with the Saudi fund. There have been some challenges with that fund, and the government has sought other ways to carry on with that project. The Deputy Prime Minister giving assurances to residents. He's heard their complaints about the delays, but this work will go on. There is much more to report about what's happening here on Eleuthera, and we will have that for you coming up in our later newscast. Reporting from just outside Palmetto Point in Eleuthera for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfram.
Well, thanks, Corval. Now back here in the capital, the head of the construction industry calling for more young Bahamians to pursue a career in that field in hopes of bridging the skills gap and strengthening the industry. LaDon Davis has the story.
Acquiring more funding and securing a larger space will allow the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute to better meet its goals of bridging the skills gap in the construction industry. Programs in electrical, plumbing, and carpentry remain in high demand among Bahamians seeking to upgrade their skills. However, President of the Bahamas Contractors Association Leonard Sands says one of his biggest concerns is that BTVI is not able to graduate students quickly enough to meet the industry's needs.
Need a lot more persons in the masonry program, which is a program that's particularly challenged right now at BTVI because of not something that they're not doing. I think the public need to understand that 99% of all the homes are masonry. So if you don't train persons to do that, you may come to a situation where you want someone to do your home and no one's able to do that.
Currently, BTVI trains about 40 to 50 students per cohort each year, despite there being between 14 and 24 disciplines in the construction field that require vocational training. According to Sands, unless those numbers increase soon, the country may be forced to look elsewhere to fill the demand for skilled workers.
Thousands of persons. If we can't do that, that's thousands of persons we have to import. It's just the math of it. So I think the relationship between BTVI and the BCA can be strengthened so that we could come up with a solution that helps the entire country.
But according to Sands, there's also a desperate need for air conditioning technicians and drywall mechanics.
We've benefited from persons who come outside of the country, inside the country with that skill, and we learn it from them, but we don't train it here. One of our great partners at BTVI is an air conditioning mechanical company, and they have such a relationship with BTVI through the BCA and our partnership. They sponsor the class and then take all the students. So that speaks to how much the demand is.
Now I asked the BCA president if foreign nationals as opposed to Bahamians are taking full advantage of the classes offered here at BTVI. He said there's a mixture and that a lot of young people are grabbing the opportunities to somewhat fill in the gap. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Turning now to the health sector, the case of Cuban doctors here in the Bahamas back in the news. This time, a renewed assurance that the Bahamas remains in consultation with the U.S. government on the recruitment of new Cuban doctors and nurses. Existing contracts with Cuban recruitment agencies were canceled with the aim of establishing direct employment agreements with Cuban professionals already working here in the Bahamas. Those unwilling to accept the new terms will be given time to return home. Here's Health Minister, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, on the ongoing discussions.
We are in communication with the United States government via the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That communication is still ongoing. I made a statement that the Bahamas government is prepared to go into a direct contractual agreement with Cuban workers. That is now at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs with our counterparts to the north. And once we get clarity on that, we will begin the entire process across the country.
As it stands, 3 Cuban doctors and 3 nurses are part of a special health care program.
Most of where the Cuban professionals are in the country is in allied healthcare, which is x-ray techs and lab techs. They are part of a program that we're putting together to ensure that every family island have lab and diagnostics. And we are about to execute that program now that all the equipment is in the country. We will start putting them in place, and once that's done, we will finalize our plans for the Cuban allied healthcare professionals.
Meantime, major upgrades and renovations to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital nearing completion. A new air conditioning system that's being built abroad will soon be shipped to the Bahamas. The Minister of Health says the facility is expected to open within the next 4 to 6 weeks.
With the opening of the Accident and Emergency, for one main reason, there was a long lead item that had to be ordered. These items are not on the shelves where you could just pick them. It has to be built. It has set the project back by 4 to 6 weeks. I will report to the Bahamian people on the update of the air-conditioned system, which is presently being built abroad for shipment into the Bahamas. The contractor who is responsible for the repairs at A&E is being paid. And so it's just a matter of the installation of this air-conditioned system, and we will be able to open our front door to the Bahamian people and alleviate a lot of the logistical situations that exist at the accident emergency at the Princess Margaret Hospital.
We can also tell you tonight that the health sector is taking a pivotal step into the digital era, and the Pan American Health Organization is counting on a 2-day session on the benefits and preparatory steps to make the transition a seamless one. Lloyd Allen takes it from here.
On Tuesday, the Pan American Health Organization conducting a 2-day workshop at Margaritaville, inviting local healthcare stakeholders and professionals to a workshop focused on the introduction of AI as well as cybersecurity throughout the sector.
The integration of AI and digital tools into public health has to be guided by principles of transparency, accountability, inclusivity, and trust.
Pan American Health Organization and World Health Organization representative for the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, Dr. Eldona Boyson, says the goal is to enhance the national healthcare system, ensuring advancements in key areas.
We've been working with the Ministry of Health and Wellness to strengthen the health systems, and of course health information systems are very important as well. AI, it's fairly new within healthcare, but it's not new. I mean, it's here. If we don't get on board with it, we're going to be left behind.
Health and Wellness Minister Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville says while transformations are being made to improve the digitization of the sector, a national framework on AI use and its parameters is also in the pipeline.
The Ministry of Finance is working very aggressively for digitization, and there has to be legislation that would govern the way how data is managed in the country, where data would be stored, the privacy associated with data, and this legislation will guide not only my ministry, but digitization throughout the country.
Director of Public Health, Dr. Philip Swan, are encouraging practitioners to embrace the change.
I would like to focus this role of AI in helping managers and staff alike examine productivity. Exactly what is it that we are doing during our time at work that results in the delivery of care to the patient? How much time is actually seen or taken in managing patients, and how effective is the management that you provide?
Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Coming up, with school about to open, a nutritionist talks about the dangers of too much sugar in our diet. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The last eclipse of our galaxy. Scientists are gathered here today to witness this extraordinary event. Simply marvelous, extraordinary, unforgettable, one of a kind. Oh man, that's amazing.
You can't ignore the craving that makes everything crunch. The new crispy barbecue bacon sandwich with barbecue sauce, cheddar, bacon, crispy onions, and an extra large chicken fillet. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Ting's Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
You're looking at a shot there of a banana boat in waters just off New Providence. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. Welcome back. 3 days and counting since school administrators and teachers have been away from their offices and classrooms, and unless outstanding issues are addressed by Friday, it will very well remain that way. Not so good news ahead of the start of the new academic year on a Monday. Union President Stephen McPhee noting in a release that the BMU is communicating with the Ministry of Education's Labor Relations Unit, the Ministry of Labor and Public Service, representatives of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and other stakeholders in hopes of reaching a resolve. Now, the sticking points: staffing and outstanding promotions, including 38 promotions from 2017, 5 acting out of turn appointments from 2023, and 3 court matters, one as far back as 2010. Still, the union leader is hopeful he and his 400-plus members can be back in school by September 1st, with the expectation of receiving an update from the government by Friday. ZNS News will no doubt continue to provide updates as they come in. Meantime, Social Services Minister, the Honorable Miles Laroda, says he and his team are ready to assist parents finalize back-to-school preparations. And this considering there was an increase in applications for assistance with uniform cost. Minister Laroda confirming that this time around, though, that's not the case.
Yes, I have had numerous people contact me, whether it be in my community or in the Bahamas at large. Persons expressing an interest or wanting to know the process of making application for uniform assistance. I wouldn't say it's been overwhelming, but I would say there have been requests made.
And speaking of students heading back to the classrooms tonight, a local nutritionist shares the possible health risk of too much sugar in one's diet and what healthy choices parents should adopt. LaDon Davis has the story.
I know a lot of children come to me and they say, my father have cancer, my mom have diabetes, my grandmother have hypertension, my brother have amputation because of diabetes, they cut his leg off. My sister went blind because of diabetes. I don't want this.
A strong demonstration and personal experience on the likely impact of too much sugar in one's diet. Nutritional expert Dr. Jamal Monker says the situation can trickle down to an entire family if not curbed. He says the Bahamas is ranked number 6 in the world out of 7 billion people for obesity. And based on its daily consultations and excessive intake in foods and drinks high in sugar, has increased the number of non-communicable diseases in children.
Obesity is a concern. I've seen 11, 12-year-olds with diabetes. And it's not a one-off. You're seeing like a scourge, a proliferation of diabetes mellitus, spiked sugar.
But according to this year's Global School Health Report, there's been a rise in the obesity rate among school-aged children, increasing from 7 to about 21%. Dr. Monker says what's even more disturbing is the number of kids being fed fried and fast food for breakfast. He says this can cause a distraction in the classroom and mounting medical bills.
We were really concerned with the level of sickness. You know, my children couldn't go to school because they're sick and they have issues going on in their body. We have 17-year-old dying.
With the new academic year starting in just a few days, Dr. Monker is encouraging parents to consider seasonal fruits and vegetables as healthy options when packing lunch for their children.
Get 1 or 2 watermelon for the week and slice it up. These are the watermelon with the seeds, and give it to your children and they will be hydrated throughout the day.
Now, Monker says he will continue to drive home the message through his pep talks to students nationwide that eating healthy keeps your body functioning and strong. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive Fiber services when you port your landline.
Pack your bags and get ready for a summer of incredible adventures with BOB's Bucket List Bliss promotion. Now through September 30th, be approved for a BOB consumer loan or a Visa credit card, and you could win exciting weekly prizes plus a fabulous vacation for 2 to a BOB Bucket List destination. So this summer, keep your passport on standby and win big with BOB, your bank of solutions. Apply today at www.bankbahamas.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all day large, 1 topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, but.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, there's a pretty innovative approach to protecting the health and lives of our golden agers, as facilitators tell us. A new health platform should change the game for seniors facing health challenges, or at the very least, try to prevent them. Our Daniel Dean tells us more in tonight's Health Matters segment.
If you own a smart device, odds are you know just who Siri and Alexa are. But the newest on the virtual assistant scene here in the country is Remy, and she's designed and devoted to helping a select demographic. CEO and co-founder of the Remember 2 platform, Corlette DeVoe.
And our platform is meant to help seniors and the underserved community to predict health issues so that we can provide early interventions. We also want to help prevent unnecessary hospitalization.
Once the Remy app is downloaded to the user's iPhone, it can be paired to a smartwatch provided by the Remember 2 team. It's then that the user can begin to track their vitals. Principal investigator Dr. Crystal Roll adding the platform will also help tackle this heightened issue among seniors.
In recent times, there have been an uptake in missing or wandering elderly persons, while the device also has the ability to geofence. What geofence made it tracks wandering, as well as it tracks falls. So why this device is so important at this time, and we are grateful to the Ministry of Health and Wellness for partnering with the RM2 group to bringing this device to our senior population, is that it helps in advancing technology.
Even though she's not challenged health-wise, Althea Adderley said her husband has high blood pressure, and she hopes that the platform can help him keep tabs on his condition as it helps her to maintain her health.
If we can get it to work, because it's also challenging for seniors with all its technical effects, but if it works, it really will help us to keep us healthy and keep us alert.
A soft launch ceremony for this platform endorsed by the Ministry of Health and BTC took place at the Public Hospitals Authority headquarters Wednesday. With Health Matters for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, for more cool stuff, we're going to toss it over to Marlena to hear what's coming up in Access Now.
Well, it's Wednesday, so we know it's Leno Wealthwise, and we're going to be learning a little more about money management tonight. So, once you've earned the money, what do you do with it? And trying to turn that into future investment. But sometimes you don't know what to do until somebody tells you, and you're like, I don't know where it's going. So we're going to find out tonight how to make sure you know where your money is going.
Well, a good lesson we can all benefit from. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this break.
Diet-friendly special.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
The DRM Authority 2025 Official Hurricane Shelter List. Exuma and Ragged Island. Bethel Union Baptist Church, Ramsey. Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Farmers Hill. Ebenezer Union Baptist Church, Barry Tarry. Exuma Resource Center, Hopers Bay. Forbes Hill Cultural Center, Forbes Hill. Gethsemane Baptist Church, Black Point. Mount Carmel Mission Baptist Church, Roll Town. Mount Hermon Union Baptist Church, Mount Thompson. St. John's the Baptist Anglican Church, Morstown. Aurelia Miller Comprehensive School, Black Point. St. Luke's Union Baptist Church, Black Point. The new Mount Olive Union Baptist Church, Hartswell. Mount Olivet Baptist Church, Staniel Key. Palestine Union Baptist Church, The Forest. St. Andrew's Community Center, Georgetown. St. Margaret's Anglican Church, Steventon. St. Magdalene Anglican Church, Williamstown. St. Theresa's Catholic Church, Georgetown. St. Peter's Union Baptist Church, Forbes Hill. St. Margaret Baptist Church, Stuart Manor. Calvary Mission Baptist Church, Rollville. Holy Innocents Anglican Church, Duncantown, Ragged Island. Ragged Island All-Age School, Duncantown, Ragged Island.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
At the 70th meeting of the United Nations World Tourism Organization's Regional Commission for the Americas in Lima, Peru, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, highlighted the achievements made for the Bahamas on the world stage.
We launched for the first time in the Caribbean a partnership with UNWTO on a sustainable island challenge, a challenge that put the best minds of the Bahamas on the global platform in terms of protection of the environment, sustainable tourism, and growing entrepreneurship. This challenge over the course of the next several months will hopefully result in significant investments and partnerships in new ideas, new innovative ideas in ocean conservation, climate mitigation, and sustainable tourism, and of course in tech tourism.
Executive Director of UN Tourism, Natalia Bayona, spoke to the focus of the UN Challenge in bringing more sustainability to the Caribbean.
Today, as we know, the most important challenge that islands have is related to sustainability, green tech, and of course, to empower local communities to develop tourism in a responsible and of course, in a very strong way to create economic growth. We are going to launch this challenge with with the support of the Deputy Prime Minister and, of course, the Minister of Tourism, to bring the top innovators in October that will showcase their solutions and that will inspire us to scale them to other islands all around this region.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Ferdinand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Commonwealth Brewery Limited chimes in with back-to-school treats. Details straight ahead. And the University of the Bahamas' student government induction ceremony is now history. We have the story. Plus, Garden Hills is back to school with free haircuts, so stay close for that. And coming up in sports, Team Bahamas drops its final game at the FIBA AmeriCup tournament.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. There are now 5 more days left for the kids to return to school. We had Janae's Uniform Supplies live in studio last night, and we haven't stopped there. Tonight we bring you more on back to school, so let's dive right into news. With the new school year just days away, community groups and corporate partners are helping families prepare. Commonwealth Brewery, through its Vitamalt, joined forces with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, BTC, BAF, and Cash and Go for a back-to-school fair. This as One Family Junkanoo Group kept a 25-year tradition alive in honor of the late Jackson Burnside. Our West Calix Forbes has more on the giveaways.
From free school supplies to fresh new looks, countless students walked away prepared for the classroom at the back-to-school fair hosted by Vitamalt and its partners. Focus on giving families a well-rounded experience and essential needs for the upcoming academic year.
Here at CBL know that it's very hard for our community, and Vitamalt is entrenched in our Bohemian culture, and we care so much about our community, and we just wanted to partner, and we know it would be easy, make it easier for our Bohemian families. So much that we're also offering scholarships next year, so we're going to be doing this next year again, same time, same place.
But this year, BTC brought something extra. Local barbers and hair braiders, making sure students walked away not just equipped, but confident and classroom ready.
And we wanted to make sure that we provide something that was valuable to parents. And of course, you know, everybody's going back to school next week, but week after next, and they are going to want to be freshly groomed. And so by us bringing the barbers and the hair braiders, it's taking a little pressure off our parents because that's an expense they won't have to cover.
And across town, One Family Junkanoo Group marked 25 years of its back-to-school rush, a tradition started by cultural visionary Jackson Burnside III.
And our group is a community-oriented group, so this is our contribution back to the community. After participating on Bay Street, our motto is we go back into our community and work with the children and the youth of our country.
As students head back to class, the spirit of One Family and Jackson Burnside's visions remain, reminding the community that culture is more than just music and costume. It's about caring for the next generation. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Really takes a village. Thanks, Wes. The University of the Bahamas is not only starting a new academic year, but it is also kicking off the new student leadership term. 34 students were inducted as members of this year's Student Government Association during a ceremony at UB last evening. UB's president, Dr. Robert Blaine, and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, who once served in student leadership at the then College of the Bahamas, both praised the students for wanting to be involved and helped chart a new course for the institution.
I look forward to working closely with you this year. I look forward to holding hands together and building the institution that we want so that we can focus on student success-focused excellence.
I am optimistic of the future of our country and the opportunities that abound. And today I encourage you to continue to build bridges, continue to strengthen your voice, and continue to strengthen the voice of students.
While books, pencils, and backpacks are often the focus of giveaways during back-to-school season, one member of Parliament is reminding families that preparing our students takes more than just supplies. The Honourable Mario K. Boleg, MP for Garden Hills, continuing his back-to-school series with something every child looks forward to: fresh grooming. For the next 2 days, young boys in the community will be treated to free haircuts, ensuring they head into the first day of school looking sharp. And the effort doesn't stop there. Little girls will also receive the same care with free braiding services offered for 3 days. It's a gesture that not only lightens the financial load on parents, but also gives the students the confidence to walk into their classrooms proud and prepared. And still to come, it's Wednesday, so coming up after the break, prepare yourself for the best financial advice from Leno. And of course, our Basil Dean is standing by with the weather report, so stay close.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Before that school bell rings, you need to pay a visit to Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. See best tuna, 5 ounces, 85 cents. Best value whole kernel corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Sweet Gala apples, 3 for $1. Pretty Lady red or green seedless grapes, $3.99 per pound. Baby back spare ribs, $2.99 per pound. Boneless chicken breasts, $2.79 per pound. Save on school snacks and supplies at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
Don't be no fool, stay in school. They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force is one of the most unique professions because it allows you to work in almost every field.
for the police, I fly the unmanned aerial vehicles.
Because I always had an interest in forensic science.
The most interesting area that I would have been exposed to would have been the fire prevention section. It's so much you can pursue.
I get to serve my community and my people every day. Log on to our webpage. There's information about the recruitment process and all of our various departments.
The idea of taking swimming lessons to the Bahamian public was something that we thought was a great idea, and so we started Let's Swim Bahamas.
I've always been a learn to swim coach and a life-saving coach, and so this is now my turn to kind of really see learn to swim being developed.
Although we ran swift swimming for some 30 years and we offered Let's Swim lessons, we knew we were only touching a small percentage of the Bahamian public.
I enjoy the children and how happy and excited and joyful they are. I mean, some of them come from maybe hard homes. Maybe they're bullied at school. Who knows what they have, but when they come here, it's a very positive thing for them.
At the end of the day, more kids will be fulfilled, more kids will have a life-saving skill, and more kids will stay away from crime.
Crime-free.
Looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
PREP stands for Prepare, Refocus, Educate, and Produce. When young people come to the program, we make them feel comfortable. We may break out into groups. When Philip asked Nathaniel said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Has anyone said, "Can anything good come out of Canaan Lane? Can anything good come out of Ball's Alley?" There are a lot of young people in Canaan Lane who are excelling in track, who are doing well in school. What I started PREP to help to do, to get people to understand and notice that there are problems and issues that are going on with our young people, that indeed we who can do something should do something. And so PREP is here for them, creating the opportunities, letting them know that there is potential that you have not yet discovered within yourself. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast. We continue to have dry Sahara dust traversing the tropical Atlantic, and that will help to keep a lid on any kind of development over the next several days, which is always very good news. And also keeping some hazy conditions over parts of the Bahamas as well. And in the Gulf of Mexico, we're keeping our eyes on this area because we have the stall-out frontal boundary across central Florida, and the computer models are all suggesting that an area of low pressure could form over the weekend or during the early part of next week, and that is expected to move towards the east across the peninsula. And as it does so, it will increase the level of showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas heading into the weekend. And our satellite pictures are showing quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms across North Abaco, Grand Bahama, and approaching the Berry Islands. Bimini also in the mix as well, and some of that will sink towards the south a little later on tonight. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwest and central islands right through Friday, we're going to have those light and variable winds with very flat seas, but netto showers and thunderstorms. Winds and seas can be locally higher than their showers and thunderstorms. Now, the high tide, that will take place at 11:28 tonight. You'll have another high tide at 11:57 tomorrow morning. And for the southeast Bahamas, also through Friday, the winds are going to be east to southeast, 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Stars.
Without you, my life is so hard, night and day outside. Sandra, honey, but I miss you too bad. Sandra, where are you tonight? I wonder. Sandra, absence make my heart look small. Sandra, oh, don't leave me no longer to suffer.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Shores. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marlena.
Thanks, Basil. Well, when it comes to building wealth, knowing how to manage your money is just as important as earning it. In tonight's WealthWise, Diane Dorsett takes a look at why financial literacy is the first step towards smart investing.
Understanding the basics of investing can mean the difference between growing your money or losing it. VP of Investments Sonia Benaby says that's why financial literacy is so important, especially for new investors.
Financial literacy is the ability to understand and use financial skills like budgeting, investing, and debt management. In today's economy, it is essential that everyone has basic knowledge and understanding of money management in their life. It helps us greatly as individuals in making prudent financial and non-financial decisions.
Getting started doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Benaby says the key is to start small and stay consistent.
A common misconception about investing is that you need a large sum of money to get started. Small, consistent investing can go a long way over time.
So where do you begin? Financial literacy can start with just a little research and a few resources you already have access to.
Information on savings and investing is everywhere. Financial institutions such as BISICS, the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the commercial banks, broker-dealers such as Leno, and many others have hosted and sponsored financial literacy talk shows, seminars, and lectures.
Just starting out? Looking to sharpen your skills? No problem. Investing in your financial education could be the smartest move you make this year. So let's do it. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
As always, we love learning from our friends at Leno. And now it's time to check in with Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Bahamas drops to 0-3 at the FIBA America Cup tournament. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, that's Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Back to school and back to Super Value and Quality Supermarkets for specials like Mart's apple juice, 11.5 ounces and 99 cents. Lay's chips, assorted 1 ounce, 2 for $1.39. Snack pack juicy gels or puddings, 4-pack, $2.99. Armor Lunchables, assorted 2 ounces, 2 for $3. Mead composition books, $1.59 each. Case price, $18.89. Save on school snacks and supplies at Super Value and Quality Supermarket.
Cousin of mine who was the leader of one of the biggest gangs in this country during the early 90s. The gang that he was a part of tried to recruit all of us. If you're not strong, you can fall prey to that environment. I did not join because I was kept involved in positive activities. I saw what worked, what didn't work, and I just was able to utilize all of the gifts and talents over the years to impact young persons' lives throughout our nation. I realized every single individual has the freedom to choose. But if you choose light, these are the benefits. If you choose darkness, these are the results of your choice. I've seen music bring young persons from gangs through a trumpet, through a clarinet, through a drum, all because of the power of music. Conflict will come, circumstances will come. We just have to be consistent, dedicated, and committed with our young persons. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
With our adoption by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
We figured that we could use the First Bahamas branch of Toastmasters Club 1600, an all-male club that specializes and focuses on developing young men for leadership through communication.
This program has grown and has impacted our school in such a positive way that I don't think we'll ever have them leave us.
Too often, instead of us looking within, we look outside for someone to blame. Go take a look in the mirror. Instead of trying to identify what the problems are, let's try and figure out how we become a part of the solution.
We are teaching these children how to dream beyond their community.
Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Hey, what's that?
What y'all getting?
Listen, I've been waiting to march down some logs here.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I will be you guys waiter today. Can I take your order?
Oh, I've been choosing for some grouper dread.
Y'all see this?
See, this ain't gonna work. Where the fish gone, though?
But how, though?
Don't leave our children with no fish in their future. Protect our sea. Protect our way of life. Protect the Bahamas. To learn how you can help, find us on Facebook at Bahamas Protected. See the future.
Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Bahamas men's national basketball team playing their final game this window, the FIBA AmeriCup tournament. The 2-4-2 entered the showdown against Uruguay 0-2 after tough losses against the USA and Brazil. A 34-point fourth quarter from Uruguay, headlined by Bruno Fapaldo and Emiliano Ceres, sealed the victory over the Bahamas to secure a spot in the knockout round, escaping 100-91. Bahamas led by 6 points going into the final quarter, but back-to-back three-pointers from Fapaldo put the teams even. Dominic Bridgewater and Franco Miller kept the Bahamas in the game, with Miller hitting a three himself to tie the game back up at 84 apiece, with just over 3.5 minutes to play, with 7 points from the foul line from Fapaldo in the final 3 minutes, helped put Uruguay ahead and claim the victory. Dominic Bridgewater would finish with a side-high 29 points in the loss. Head coach Lou Rawls Tum Tum Nair speaks on the strides the program has made.
Tremendous growth over the years. You know, the first time I played with the program, I think I was 16 years old. So from being 16 to now being 30 years old, being with the program in the summers and stuff like that, we've had a lot of tremendous growth. You know, the NBA players, they play, they support us, like the coaching staff, the federation, everybody's, trending in the same direction. And Bahamas basketball is continuing to get better and better and better. And guys like Dominic and all the other guys are pushing, and they want to play, they want to compete, they want to represent the country. So we feel really, really good about where, basketball is heading in the Bahamas for sure.
Despite finishing 0-3, the Bahamas would lead in the first half of every game of the tournament, nearing on what may perhaps went wrong in the second half.
We're playing against, some of the best teams in the world, you know what I mean? And so when you play, basketball is a game of runs. You could have a great first half, you could have a bad second half, you could have a bad second half and a good first half, you know what I mean? So it's a game of runs, and the number one thing that I was trying to do is keep our guys focused, because you go up halftime, you go to the locker room, you relax. So I just wanted to keep our guys focused, but I thought today we did a tremendous job. I mean, against Brazil, it was a 1-point game at halftime. I believe we were up 6 against the USA. And then we were tied in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go. So that's tremendous growth. Didn't get the result that we wanted, but I'm proud of our guys and the way we competed for sure.
Let's look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
This is a test of the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS. The Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in voluntary cooperation with the government of the Bahamas, has developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual national emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by official information, news, or instructions. This concludes the test of the emergency broadcast system.
Suicide prevention starts with recognizing the warning signs and taking them seriously. If you think a friend or family member is suicidal, there is a lot that you can do to help and save a life. However, for persons who are not in the grips of suicidal depression and despair, it's a bit difficult to understand what actually drives many individuals to take their own lives. A suicidal person may feel as if there is no help available and they're in so much pain that there aren't any other options. So here are a few warning signs to look out for. A person frequently talking about suicide, self-loathing or self-hatred, suddenly getting their affairs in order, saying goodbye to loved ones, withdrawing from others, and self-destructive behavior. Talking to a friend or family member about their suicidal thoughts and feelings can be extremely difficult for anyone. If you are unsure whether or not someone is suicidal, the best way to find out is to simply ask. Giving a suicidal person the opportunity to express their feelings can provide relief from loneliness, pent-up negative feelings, and perhaps prevent an attempted suicide. You can start the conversation with statements like, "I've been feeling concerned about you lately. I've noticed some differences in you and wondered how you're doing today." If they confide in you and they are suicidal, respond quickly by telling them you care and get them the help that is needed. Help is always available at the Crisis Center, the Department of Social Services, BASH, Sandins Rehabilitation Center, and the National Hotline for 24-Hour Crisis. Find someone that you can trust to talk to about your feelings and get the support and help that is needed. I am Inspector Mikal Pinder, reassuring you that your mental health matters. You are not alone. Get the help that is needed today.
Welcome back. In the spirit of back to school, our drone pilot, Mr. Kyson Miller, has captured the LW Young Junior High School for his shot tonight. LW Young Junior High School was named after politician Leon Walter Young, who was born in Congo Town, Fox Hill. He was elected to Parliament in 1912. Now that we have that tucked away, let's head on down to Central Andros. Let's go. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis calling the Central Andros shipping vessel a true lifeline for the island during a recent visit. Andros, the biggest island in the Bahamas, relies on operations like this to keep food on tables and small businesses supplied. On Facebook, the Prime Minister praised entrepreneur Valentino Monroe, who, with support from the Small Business Development Center, is driving local growth and opportunity. The Prime Minister said supporting family island businesses is key to building stronger, more self-reliant communities. And while Andros may be known for its crabs, it's operations like Central Andros Shipping that keep the island moving. Some good news for businesses in Central Andros, but now it's time to see what Matea Cunningham is cooking on Let's Talk Socials.
Happy Wednesday, audience. It's time for Let's Talk Socials, and today we're talking about a new menu drop that's causing a stir. Wendy's Bahamas just introduced their Meal of Misfortune, themed after the popular show Wednesday. And let me tell you, it's giving spooky season meets fast food. Here's what's in the box. You get nuggets, fries, one of 4 mystery sauces, and a cherry blood sundae. Check out these reviews.
Okay, so let's go with the first one.
Boy, I know y'all been seeing these ads on TV, and guess what? You ain't even got to go to the States for this one. So Wendy's just dropped the Meal of Misfortune with Wednesday Addams, and they invited a couple of us just a bit early to come and check it out. They went all out and transformed one of their locations into a Wednesday-inspired experience, and of course, we had some exclusive merch. But here's a full look of everything that we got in the gift bags.
From I heard this was here, I was on Wendy's line.
The containers with the actual Wednesday on it. These are the sauces. I think I'm ready on the one with whoa, because it's supposed to be like a garlicky, like savory kind of one. And this is the Ibble steak. It's like really hard to describe that one. It has like a kick to it, but you don't feel it until the end.
Now, the real question is, are you brave enough to try the meal of misfortune? Or are you sticking to your usual order? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I need to know if anyone solved the mystery sauce yet. That's all for today's Let's Talk Socials. See you tomorrow.
I feel like I've always been more of a Morticia, but that does look delicious. That does it for Access Now for tonight. But I ask the question, do you believe in magic? Well, make sure to join us tomorrow night for the Baja Magician, and stay tuned for Royston Jones and the last newscast of the land at 11 p.m. Good night, everybody.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1970.